Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by, of course, giving our honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakodash. Slakia. Don't want to say the elder apostle, great millstone, rule and teach well. Because I shalom to you, brother. This was you, sister, tuning in, listening, and learning. And just getting right into it, straight to the point. Lesson title going into, or lesson topic going into, how Satan come in seasons. But I want to get this precept in the book of James, chapter 1. In verse 13, it says, "Let no man say when he is tempted." Actually, I'll start at verse 11. It says, "For the sun is no sooner risen with a burning heat, but it withereth the grass." I'm gonna start at 12. It says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation." Right, and that's what the Lord requires of us. To endure. In the Hebrew, you call, which means to endure. You know, um, the Lord wants something that's long lasting. He wants men that are able to last long. Those are the best men fit for battle. The ones who can, who have longevity in midst of the war. It says, "Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua." No, it's like verse 12 again. It says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation," and we're gonna need that more and more because the ultimate temptation that we're gonna have to endure, right? I'm sorry. Right. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 3, and verse 10. It says, Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation." The scripture talk about the hour of temptation, which is going to be that micro C hip, and being implemented in all of these people, you know what I mean? And claims that it's going to help the society or whatever Esau excuse for people getting, C hipped up it is going to be, But, the hour of temptation is coming, man. It's going to be a temptation because it's going to be a troubling time to where, the C hip is going to be intriguing. It's going to be enticing, to the naked eye and to men in general, because it's going to be a scarcity during that time. It's going to be like a scarcity of food on the shelves and other things going on that's going to make people, want to flock to the C hip. In which you already got a lot of people who already have it. But in that time, that's why the scriptures call it the hour of temptation, because it's going to be a time to where you're going to be tempted, out of desperation for something to eat, for clothes to wear, or whatever the case may be. But back to that book of James, right? This book of James, chapter 1 and verse 13 again, 12 again. It says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him." And the scriptures say, been meditating on this lately. All right, this is John chapter 14, verse 15. It says, if you love me, keep my commandments. Which have to mention how we under grace at the same time, because you do got a lot of bug outs out here. Don't want nobody to stumble upon this, like a stumble block. But you got to keep them to the best of your ability. But that's the love, you know. Just like if you got a woman, you know what I mean. She could say she love you all day, but the main course of her the main way that you're gonna know if she do or not is if the course of her actions shows otherwise. So that's why I said that. It says, if you love me, keep my commandments, because your actions have to show forth that you love somebody. Because a command is an action word. You know, it's not a touchy, hearty, feely word. It's actually it's a act. It's a put to action word. You know, and the way that we're gonna show the Lord that we love Him is by putting forth the action, to the best of our ability, to resist. And that's going to bear fruit, and the Lord is going to give the increase, like the scriptures say, uh, what it say, I have planted, paraphrasing the scripture in the book of 1 Corinthians, talk about how a man planted, but the Lord has given the increase, you know, that sincerity in which, the desire within us to keep the Lord's word or keep the Lord's patience, like we have read in Revelation chapter 3, is what's, the Lord is going to give the increase to. And He's going to have mercy and grace, man, you know, and He's going to give us honor, for at the end of it all. But back to James chapter 1 and verse 12, it says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yahweh. For Yahweh cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. Right? So who is doing the tempting? All right? Who is doing the tempting? Let's see. This is the book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 8. It says, and the Lord said unto Hashatan, hast thou considered my servant Job? All right, so the Lord is speaking with Hashatan in this case. All right. It says, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth and escheweth evil. Right. So he's asking, Hashatan, has he considered Job, man? That's a serious deal. Because you never know what Hasatan can try to hit you with in his walk. It says, then Satan answered the Lord and said, do Job fear Yahweh for naught? Has not thou made an edge about him and about his house and about all the things that he have on every side? He was pretty much just asking the Lord, didn't you, pretty much just give him wealth and, and keep him in a like a well-off estate? It says, thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. So this was the beginning of Hashatan, and Job's, many afflictions throughout the book of Job, man. you know, um, you know, but it just goes to show it's an order. You know, um, this book of James, chapter 2 and verse 19, it says, "Thou believest that there is one power, right? And it is one power, Yahweh, right? Why Yahweh Shah? Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble, right? So even the devils have to take command from the Lord, man. Like we just read that account with the Lord in the midst of Hashatan and James, it's like it. in Job, the first chapter, verse 8. With this is the book of Sirach, chapter 25. No, I'm tripping. Book of Sirach, chapter 10, and verse 26. It says, on the 11 and verse 25. The book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 25. And we can close out with this because, like I mentioned, how's the time pretty much come in seasons, right? It says, in the day of prosperity there's forgetfulness of affliction. And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. So, you're going to have your ups and your downs. You're going to have your ups, and then Satan going to, come and attack. And then Lord might take the spirit off like that. And just, allow you to cool off or chill off. And then, he might come back another time. But, we just have to endure until the end. You know what I mean? Like the scripture say in the book of Matthew chapter 24. Blessed is he that endureth to the end. And like we just read in James chapter 1, verse 13. Listen. Verse 12. It says, blessed the man that endures with patience. Alright, so it's you gonna have your ups and your downs. You just gotta continue to fight a good fight of faith. Like the scripture say, but Lord wasn't edifying, through all your shop, give him spirit to listen. And that's how I say, Shalom will abide with ball.